Now when it comes to my list of most anticipated mods for Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord, it's fair to say that Shokuho firmly sits first place, and from the responses I got to my videos covering this project, I can tell you guys are really excited about this one as well. Fully understandable of course, as the developers are seeking to recreate a historically accurate environment of Feudal Japan within this game, so you as a player will be given the chance to explore this country during its Warring States era, also known as the Sengoku Jidai. To be more specific, the year is 1568 and you will be experiencing events during the far aftermath of the Onin War and the infighting of various feuding clans all across the land. If you wish to know a bit more about the setting and the general mechanics of this particular mod, I highly recommend to check out this video I made right here, as we're now going into a more recent update from the developers. So if your interest is piqued when it comes to this project, whether it's because of the setting, the chance to play as a samurai in Bannerlord perhaps, or something else, be sure to go check out that video and come back here for an additional update. So the developers of Shokuho received a lot of questions regarding the weapons the players will be able to find and use within this mod. What kind of weapons can we expect? What will they look like? Will we be able to craft custom weapons ourselves? And so on. To answer many of those questions, they provided us with a showcase of some of the weapons they've already finished. All of these that I'm showing right now are compatible with the crafting system Bannerlord offers. So this means that you will actually be able to mix and match these parts and create your own Japanese sword. As you can imagine, you will have a wide variety of weapons to choose from tachi and katana to some more exotic and rare foreign swords. Looking at these weapons, I absolutely love the little details. The decoration, it just looks gorgeous. And look at these war axes. Wow, they look impressive and menacing at the same time. Wouldn't want to get on the end of that. Anyways, in addition to this particular update, they wanted to show us the promotable companion feature. We were actually made aware of this feature during their live stream and during the trailer, but now we get to look at it into a bit more detail. So after each battle, there is a small chance one of your units managed to distinguish itself enough to be considered for a promotion, and then you will be seeing a pop-up much like this one. You can then enter your camp, and in that menu you will see the option to promote units. If you choose to select that option, it will take you to the next menu, and in here you will be able to see which units are available to promote. It will show you all their statistics, some information about themselves, and also what caused them to become promotable. So a unit can get promoted for various reasons, such as killing a lot of enemy troops, killing a lord, or reaching a certain experience threshold. If you click on promote, you will turn them into a full-on companion, as you can see right here. So in vanilla Bannerlord, the companions are rather flat. There is not a lot of dialogue going on, and so the developers of Shokuho decided to add some flavor to this aspect of the game. Thus, the companions will be able to offer advice about their division, your army, your kingdom, and some other matters which they can't say right now, but which we'll hopefully find out about in due time. The cool thing is, when they give their thoughts on the state of your army, it's not just something that they say just for the sake of it. In this case, Kaito is saying you could use more horses because the army actually doesn't have enough horses. So these lines reflect exactly what is going on with the state of your army, which is a really neat thing to add, especially considering the limit of your dialogue with companions in the vanilla game. As the player will now be roaming around medieval Japan, it only makes sense that the goods that are available match the time and setting. So naturally, all vanilla goods have been replaced, though they do mention that some remain in name, as well as all the workshops have been replaced. So in Bannerlord you will be able to find goods pretty much everywhere with no real sense of scarcity, as the Shokuho developers put it, and so they wanted to make some changes so that the players will also have to look at the economical side of things, especially when waging war. You will have to think about which cities and castles you want to conquer in order to gain access to certain village types. As an example, there are roughly 16 villages that produce sulfur. So if you want to make guns, you'll definitely need to have one of those. Now some of these features or systems are actually things that we'd expect, at least I expected them, in vanilla Bannerlord, which, let's be honest, at this point is surviving because of the modding community. I saw videos, threads, sometimes even essays of players ranting on how the game is, on the surface, a really great game, yet for being an RPG game it lacks a lot of depth, and thus when starting a vanilla campaign, it can get really boring really fast. Unless, of course, you mod it. One of those systems bringing more depth to the game being diplomacy. Shokuho will have what they call world events. So these are things that will happen in the world based on a number of factors and which will help the factions present behave more historically. The example they provide us is the first world event that happens at the very beginning of the game, where Oda Nobunaga is marching towards Kyoto to install Ashikaga Yoshiaki as the new shogun. If Nobunaga is successful in his mission, thus crushing the opposition and making it to Kyoto, the Ashikaga ruler will be replaced with Yoshiaki. And in addition, the Oda faction will be forming an alliance with the Ashikaga clan. How cool is that? Another world event, known as the Fall of the Triple Alliance, and which will take place in the autumn of 1568, will see the Takeda clan invade the region of the Imagawa clan with the help of the Tokugawa clan. This ending a decade-long agreement between the Takeda, Hojo, and Imagawa clans not to engage in hostilities with each other and to focus on outward conflicts. Now there's several more world events, but they're gonna let us discover those on our own. I must say it's so cool to have these take place whilst we're roaming around, again, putting the work in and making it feel like the world is alive. Things are actively happening whilst your character may be doing other things or maybe even contributing. Who knows? Anyways, that will be all for this update. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, don't forget to reward it with a thumbs up. Subscribe to become a monk and to be able to watch more awesome videos from myself, covering a whole variety of games, both historical and fantasy, RPGs, and so on. Should you have any suggestions on what I should cover next, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.